Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today we are raiding every single boss in Silksong. I recently just completed the journey of my Silksong. I will attach the playlist in the description, and today I'm gonna raid every single boss that I fought in the game. And this is the Mossbag ranking that he asked for the viewers to submit, and we're gonna fill it out and submit it, and let's get started. So we here score each boss fight. Bosses are ranked by act and alphabetically. Okay, so this is the first act bosses. So Bellbeast. Okay, Bellbeast. So I fought it like 2 months ago, and I think it was a little challenging. And I think it was good. It was a good fight. The background music was a really good one, and the character, the Bellbeast, was very important. So I think I'm gonna give it a 3. It's just a mid-level fight. It's not something really crazy. There's nothing crazy going on. It's just a normal fight. It has good lore because of the Bellbeast, and I believe this is a 3 fight, which means it's just a good fight. It's just a decent level fight, right? Nothing so crazy, nothing so poor, right? So next up we have Fourth Chorus. I think I'm just gonna give it a 4 because it has beautiful animations. I think this is the only one which has 60 FPS in its attacks, right? And the arena and the background music. Wow, I really love the background music of the Fourth Chorus, lava coming, and the fact that this boss actually has a different type of way to defeat it, where you float over and hit those rocks, those blasting rocks, and then the rock will fall on the Fourth Chorus and he will die. So a really cool thing. I would not give it a 5, but it's a really good fight that you play early on, and yeah, I think 4 is perfect for Fourth Chorus. And next we have Great Conflies. I think they are just decent. I'm just gonna give it a 3. They're not bad because they have movements similar to the Cogwood Dancers, and I really like the Cogwood Dancers. This one also a fun fight. It was very easy. I did it on my second try, but it just feels like it was hard. Like there are 2 enemies, they are attacking you, they spit from that conchfly thing from their mouths, and yeah, it just feels like it's something is going on the screen and you are playing good, while at the same time it's easy. And the background music is just a generic beachfly music, so nothing so great with that, but I still think it's a 3, right? Now we have Liz. I think it's a straight 4 for me. I died on this boss for like 16 times. I don't think anyone who has any experience with the platformers have died to Lace that many times. I mean, this is more than the last judge, so wow, that was weird for me. But yeah, it was a fun fight. It was a decent fight. It was fun for the beginning when you're not that strong. You don't have developed your abilities. You don't have got the ability skills. You're just basically a guy who is smashing his swords. You recently got your dash, so I was really dashing into her all the time. But it was a fun fight. Background music is beautiful. The scenery, the arena is beautiful. The character is very important. So I think it's a 4 out of 5 for me. Last judge. Okay, now this one I think it's a 3. It's not a bad fight. I'm not gonna say, and it's not because of the run back. For me, run back was pretty much okay. If you can just dodge the first fly, it's just less than a minute and it's fine. The run back is not a problem. For me, this one seems like I just felt like there was no room for attack. That made it hard. It was easy if you just take it slow. Now that goes for other bosses as well, but this one has very minimum opportunities of attack, so you just have to wait for him to attack. And most of his attacks, like that where he rolls his flames and then a dash attack, I couldn't find attack opportunities. I just find attack opportunity on one of the attacks, so it took me like 6 minutes. I felt like it wasn't that hard. Like you can easily dodge his attacks. It's not like they are randomized. They're just basically the same every single time, but it just feels like it is hard because it's just hard to hit him. I don't feel like it's a very fast fight, and so for me it's a 3, not because of the run back, but because I just feel like it's a 3. The background music is I don't remember the background music. The scenery was pretty average, I would say, or maybe it was actually better than average. So let's just give it that. But overall, for me, it's about a 3 fight. I didn't really love the fight. I think it was just an okay fight. Yeah, next up we have Mooring. Mooring. I think, I played on the release patch, and I think this one should get 4. Yeah, it was a good one. You dodge its attack. You have got a big arena, and it just feels like a hard, difficult boss that if you defeat, it was very early on. So yep, there was also one thing. You can consistently attack it. You can make rooms for attacks. I think this one was fun. It was 4 or 3. I just want to give it a 4 because it was hard, right? For the time it came, it was harder than most of the other bosses. So yeah, but now I think they have nerfed the mooring, so I don't really know. I just give it a 4 for now. Maybe 3 or 4. Yeah, okay. Moss Mother 1. Okay, now this is a very generic boss. I'm just gonna give it a 2. It's just a okay starting boss with nothing great in it. It's just a way for them to teach us how to play the game for the new ones. And yeah, it's just nothing. I'm just not gonna discuss much with this. And then we have Moss Mother 2. I think this one was a little more challenging. Actually, for me, it was quite challenging. It took me like I don't know, like more than a half an hour. And because I did it on very early when I had just like 5 masks and on the first act. And but yeah, I did feel like both of these two mothers popping off all of those little bugs. It was fun to have collect all. You just get a lot of silk, and you can do fun stuff with the silk. I just feel like there was much more going on the screen than the first Moss Mother, so it's definitely better than the first one. So just 3 for this. Phantom. Okay, I think this deserves a 5. Phantom has lore. It has a beautiful, great soundtrack. The background, the arena is great also, and the character has a very it has depth in it. You see, she speaks. She has some words. She has lore with lace and the grandmother silk. So I think this one is phenomenal. This one was a really beautiful fight. I mean, it was harder than the first lace, but it was still not that hard. I think Last Judge was harder for the first act bosses. I did it before the Last Judge, so for me it was the first boss that I defeated to get to Act 2. It has a more place in my mind than the Last Judge. But I think Phantom has everything. It has music, it has arena, and it's just a perfect fight for the level. I think if you are coming in for this fight after Act 2, maybe later part of Act 2, then this might feel like a very easy fight. But for someone who played it on his first act, this one will be a very challenging and very balanced fight, right? So let's move to the next one, Savage Beast Fly. Okay, now this one was I believe the hardest boss for me in the entire of the game. Now hear me out. I played the whole game. I played every day for like 1.5 hours, and not a single time I crashed out on any bosses. Not even Lost Lace, not even Carmelita, not even Last Judge. No other boss has crashed me out, but this one, oh my god, this one crashed me out twice, right? 2 times I have to say, no, I'm not fighting this guy, I will come later. Then I came again, and then this guy smashed me for an hour again. So nope. I think this one should be done in the Act 2. I just tried to did it with 5 masks when I don't even know how to pogo. This one was awful for me. Yeah, like the fight like these just makes you angry. Like sometimes you will get an RNG easier, you will get a few minions, and sometimes he will just keep spawning minions and they will just take you to the side, and now you will just trapped and you have to take hits. Like it just becomes so hard. Yeah, next up we have Sister Splinter. I just think it's a decent fight. This is the first fight that I did it after crashing out of the Savage Beachfly, and this one felt so much easier. Like, this one also spawns enemies, and I played it on the initial patch where those enemies do 2 masks of damage, but I just figured out if I use my skills I can just take out the spawns, and she doesn't spawn that frequently like the Beachfly. She just summons first time 2, and then randomly she summons either those minions or sometimes those thorn spikes. And yeah, I think she was easy. I just felt so much easier after fighting the Savage Beastfly and crashing it out of it. I just felt Sister Splinter was a decent fight. Arena was a decent. It has some cool mechanics like those spikes, thorn spikes, and yeah. But it's just a 3. It's just a mid-level fight. I haven't got anything 5 for now except the Phantom. Then we have the Skull Tyrant. Yeah, okay, just 2. It's just I think this was the easiest boss. This one was easier than the Moss Mother for me. I defeated the first Skull Tyrant on my second try. Yeah, I defeated on my second try, and the second Skull Tyrant I defeated on my first try. So it was just an easy boss. He just spawns some rocks, he dashes towards you, nothing so crazy. Video. Okay, now this one deserves a 5. Wow, this was the first fight that actually gave me a blast. Wow. I think this one is, for the first act, I liked it even more than Phantom, because it just feels like it's so fast, right? The first phase, and then she just fakes her death or defeat, and she comes back, and then she becomes even more crazier. The music becomes even intense. The arena, the effect of those bells falling, it just feels like you're playing the game like a pro, right? You just feel like you're too fast. And yeah, when you are actually in the first act, you are very early in the game, and this just makes you feel like you're doing really good. And of course the background music, wow, the video has a really great, beautiful background music. So it's a 5 for 5 for me. Okay, next one, the first act 2 boss, not the first, but on this list, is the Brood Mother. Okay, now this one, I think I'm just gonna keep it at 1. Yeah, because it wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as Beachfly, but it summoned minions which would be fine. But the problem with those minions were, if I attack them, those minions just bounce off the surface. They don't like die and blast. They will bounce, which was so annoying for me. And then she spits that slimy stuff which makes me stuck on the ground. I didn't like that boss, seriously. Yeah, I'm not gonna say 2, I think maybe 2, but 1 is fine for this boss. This one was, it was a good. I'm not saying that bosses are bad, it's just, for my experience, I didn't enjoy them. I just felt like, come on, just die and get me move forward to the game. Yeah, see, whatever, I'm just gonna give it a Cogward Dancer. 5, maybe 4, because it was too easy. Maybe just 1, 5. Yeah, I think it was really close. I don't think it's as good as Phantom of Widow, but it's still a 5 because it was, background music was great. Characters has a beautiful lore in it. They have a depth. They have an arena, and then it feels also fast. It was just easy for me. I just did it on my second try. I'm not someone who really do bosses on my second try unless it's a Skull Tyrant, but I did it on my second try, so it was very easy for me. And second or third, I don't really remember properly. I think I did it on second try. It was a very easy fight, but it was really fun. I would not say it's as good as Phantom Widow, but still, I think it's a 5. Oh, okay, now this one, Disgraced Chef Lowell. Now this one deserves none other than 5 stars. This one was a blast. Wow. Father of Flame. Okay, now this one will be a little bit out of place, because I technically think this is a very fun to play boss, because you have to pogo, and I just love when you actually do well with the pogo. The problem for me was I played it on my the initial release patch, and in that version there was one problem. If I hold the down key and I jump, I will just float instead of double jump. It was just an override, which they deleted in the next patch. But if I press the down arrow key and I jump, I try to double jump, it will override the double jump and I will just jump and float. Right? I will not double jump. So it was very frustrating because sometimes Hornet will do double jump, sometimes she will just open up her float, and it was so frustrating for me. What the hell is happening here? And later I found after that, the fully bounce game, I searched it out and figured out that this was a thing for the initial build, and after that it was fixed. And I think if it's just the pogo, then it will be a 4 fight, because it just feels so good to pogo and dodge those wisps. Dodge those wisps. But for my experience, it was 3. My experience was a 2, but I believe it's the 4, so I'm just gonna give it a 3. Next, for Sinner. Now this one, 5. I think this one is really hard. I want to give it a 5, but I think it's a 4. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a really good fight. I don't think it's as good as Widow. For me, many people, they just call it one of the hardest bosses. Me, I just did it on my 3rd, 4th try, and seriously, I'm not a pro. I died 16 times to Lace, and I did it on my 3rd, 4th try. I don't think it was a hard boss. It was great, don't get me wrong. It is very close to 5, but I don't think it's a 5 out of 5 fight. It is very close. I might actually change my mind, but I just think it's a 4. It has a really good music. It has lore. It was a fast-paced fight, but still I think it's a 4 because it's a 4. 4 brother, just a 3. I did it on Act 3. People say they were very hard on Act 3. I didn't find them that hard. For me, it was just one enemy that got voided, and I just took him out with my special ability, and other than that, they were easy. Garment and Zaza, I didn't fight them. I don't remember. Grandmother Silk, okay, 3. I think it's 3. For a final boss, I don't think she was that memorable. She was that. I mean, just look at the hype that build. Like, she was controlling whole of the far loom, but she doesn't seem like a really that type of fight. Growl the Great. Okay, guys. 1, 2. No, I think boss fight was decent too, right? I'm gonna take into account the run back, and the run back is actually, okay, let me actually discuss. They gave you a fake bench in the ant area. There was that handle that unlocked that bench on the left side. Then they gave you a fake bench in the Sinner's Road, and there was a little parkour just on the left side of the bench. You just break the ball, you just do it, and you will get your bench. Now this time they know that we are gonna figure that out, that the actual bench is somewhere close to that fake bench, right? So they decided, hey, why not just put the actual bench not on the left side, not close to the fake bench, but let's just put it somewhere randomly on the opposite side in the middle of poop water, so that no one just tries to find it, right? And I'm pretty sure 90% of players either just, like me, search on Google, or they just end up not figuring that out. Maybe 10% actually find it by themselves, but I'm pretty sure 90% of the players couldn't find it right away or easily, right? So technically the actual run back of this fight is literally the whole of the pile water, right? And that was crazy. I just decided to look up on Google and just get done with it. Then I picked up some Wishfire Lantern and I cheated that boss, right? I just went to a corner and just let my Wishfire shoot Growl the Great and be done with it. It took me like 6 minutes for this fight, but personally I can actually give it a 1, but I think yeah, I saw some really cool methods to kill him. He has got a way to cheese him, and there are people who are actually getting inside the mouth of Grohl the Great and then killing him from inside. So I think he still deserves some kind of. Just give it a 2 and be done with it. Now Lays 2. Oh my god. Wow. This one was, when I played this one was my favorite boss fight till the Act 2. From Act 2, Act 1, both combined, I think Lays 2 was the best. She didn't have any spawning attacks. She didn't have... she just fights with her sword, and that's it. I didn't even use my tools on her because I just felt like she is fighting with sword, so I should just fight with her sword. She wasn't that hard. Her background music was beautiful. The scenery, perfect. Everything, the lore, everything with this fight. I think this is the... for me, it will be in top 2 or top 3 fight for me in the whole game. Maybe the best fight. I don't really know. I don't really know about that, but this one was the perfect fight. Like, you can dodge her attacks, you can parry. I just used the parry, and it just feels like both the Hornet and Lace are just playing the same style. They're playing with the needle and she's attacking with the sword. It just feels so equal, balanced, and then it wasn't that frustrating fight where you will have to spend hours. It was just, I can just say this was the perfect fight for me. Maybe this is my favorite fight, maybe at the second position, but this one deserves the 5 out of 5. Raging Confly, I think 3. It was actually, no, I think it was just the same as the first Confly. I will place it at the same level. It was decent, not bad, not that great, nothing so great about it, nothing so bad about it. It was just a decent fight. The fly comes in your way, you first kill his brother, now you have to kill him as well. He will spawn some little conch flies. It was harder than the first one, but of course still it was just a decent level of fight, nothing something great. Savage Beachfly 2. Okay, now this one I feel kind of bad that I actually cheesed that boss. Yep, just give it a default rating, which I gave to the first one. Yep, yeah, I cheated it. You see, what happened to me was I was trying to go to the Weave Nest Cindril, and I just found this beachfly in my way, so I just said, hey, just get away from me, and I just went to the right side. And when I actually came to fight this boss, I know that I can leave the arena whenever I want, so I decided, okay, let's just try that, leave the arena. And if you leave the arena, it has a chance of despawning the enemies, despawning the ads, right? Like, you can literally just fight the beachfly one-on-one, and he doesn't stand a chance when we fight one-on-one. So for me, it was easy fight, but I still believe I should have fought and shouldn't have cheesed it, maybe, but we're just gonna give it a default rating. Yep. Second Sentinel, yeah, I think I just don't able to fight this guy. Yeah, Chakra. Okay, it's a 4. Now this one was crazily hard. When I tried for first few times, it just felt like impossible for me. It felt like the difficulty spike had climbed so up, but once you get a hold of it, it was actually really fun. If you get a hold of it, if you can dodge her attacks, and you definitely need a decent amount of skill to actually dodge her attacks. And once you get that level of skill, it just feels like you are some kind of pro. She just keeps throwing her rings, then she teleports, and if you can dodge all of that, it just feels like you are playing on a different level. You have increased your speed. It's just really, really good fight. A perfect 4 for me. Summon Savior, what the hell is this? I haven't even heard the name. Unraveled. Okay, 3. Yeah, it was just a fight. I did it after defeating the final boss, so just a 3. Strobio. I think Many people really love this boss. For me, it was not that fun. I really like the character. I like the character Trobio. He chants Trobio, and then I'll say some random mumbo jumbo, and yeah. But I don't really enjoy that fight. Like, okay, it was also one of the harder run. It was very close to crash me out, but I eventually made it and defeated him using, actually, because I had the tools. And I think it's just a 3 fight. It was not very fun for me, even 2. But I know people really love that guy, so we are gonna give it a 3. Voltring, what the hell is this? Belly Eater. Yeah. But it does have some lore, it does have some significance, so let's just give it a 3. For me, it was I don't like the fight, but it has a good music. It has a good, his first appearance where you call the Bell Beast and then he will appear out of nowhere. 3. The fight was pretty meh. Yeah. Clover Dancer. I know about Clover Dancer. I think this will be the Green Prince. Crawfather. Haven't fought. Crush King Khan. I think I really liked the design, the voice, the stakes, and how he was the leader, the lore. Music was also good. 4 for me. Nothing so great, but I think it was a good one. The battle was easy. I just did it right. Got the Outcast, just a mid-level fight. Maybe it was, no, yeah, just a mid-level fight. Like, it's just a generic boss, right? Lost Garment, I haven't done it yet. Lost Lace, probably a 5 out of 5. She's the final boss. She is hard. Background music, beautiful, great. Arena, lore, everything just suits her. I think she is above maybe Widow, but below Lace too, right? Maybe, yeah. For me, Nihilus, I think she is a disappointing boss. Like, I have seen her design way before I played her, and I was like, wow, this one looks like a really beautiful character with the, a flower sprouting up, and she is the leader of the Shellwood. The background music is also good. The arena feels really good. But when I actually went on to play this boss, she didn't have a third phase. Like, come on, she is one of the hardest. She is supposed to be one of the hardest bosses. She is one of the 4 hearts. Yeah, 4 hearts. And she just felt like so generic to me. Like, yeah, look at her voice. It was like a beachfly, conchfly type of voice. I felt like a more, she should have more character in her. But she just felt like a generic, her voice was very generic. And even the lore, I think Faith has more lore than her, because he actually communicates with us. He tells us that he's the guardian, he's protecting the shrine. Nihilus herself, I don't think, she just have a random plate outside of her memory area where they say that she is the seed that sprout everything. Other than that, we don't really have anything about her. She just felt like a very generic boss to me. She didn't have the third phase, so I think she's the worst of all the 4. Because if you look at Crushing Khan, he first has a really good type of introduction where his dead body is at center and his guards around him. When you enter the memories, a beautiful coral tower, then he will call, we have to go through 3 gauntlets, like 30 waves, and then we have to fight him. It just feels like he's the leader. Then we have Carmelita. She's alive, and we actually talk to her, and we get to know that she is one of the greatest fighters. And yeah, she then dies. She's the reason those scars actually exist. I don't really know the exact lore, but it was something like that. And then we have the Green Prince. He just have a beautiful Great Verdania area. I haven't got his hearts yet, but I already see that he is better than Nihilus. She's just, we enter the room, we got to see that she is a seed that sprout everything, and then we just go and straight away fight with her. Her voice is also like a beachfly when she's a flower, and then she doesn't have a third phase. Very disappointing. Maybe 2, but because the music, the arena, the character design itself was good. I'm just gonna give it a 3. Pale Stag, don't know what the hell it is. Pinterest, wow, what an annoying fight. She just fly, she just keep above. It's so hard to hit her, and then she will drop, throw some arrows. Pretty boring for me. Transmute fight, Zangle, don't really know. Shrine, I think a 4. It was a 4 fight. It was like Chakra because he can teleport as well, and he has voice. You can hear her voice when he do that yellow kind of blast dash attack, something like that, right? So you can. It was a good fight. It has character in him. And next up, yep, 5, definitely 5. Now I think she can be the first for the best fight, maybe even higher than the last 2, but maybe second. But she was just so amazing. You can just look at just listen to the background music. It was phenomenal. Whoever did it, wow. The arena, all of the aunts are watching you, and then her character is very important. Like, she is the reason that those ants exist in the first place. She's the perfect one, and I actually think she should be the one that I should have avoided killing, because there are 4 hearts, we need 3, so we can save one of them. I think if I get the next chance, I might save Carmelita, and then I can just fight her whenever I want. And yep, she is just the perfect fight. Tormented Trobio, I think I like purple more than pink, so I'm gonna give him a 4. I think he's not, maybe 3. I think 3, yeah. But I like purple more than blue, so maybe 4. I don't know. Maybe other people really like him, but I don't know. Yeah, I think this is my ranking. Watcher at the Edge. Don't know what the hell it is. And this is my ranking, guys. You can see it. More like ratings. We are rating each boss. I think we have given 5, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boss. Right. And we have given 1, 2, 3 bosses, right? Only. Yeah, so this was my list, guys. Thanks for watching. I will see you another time, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Bye bye.